Danny Roll to Manchester United. Hey, these rumours are going to keep on growing, aren't they,
What?
Andrew? If he keeps
What?
on, if he keeps on going,
No chance. You're jesting.
three
No
out,
chance. He's not
three.
leaving S6, right? He's in Sheffield 6 for the next 5 years. And we'll be in the Champions League with him as our manager.
It's good to see the Bear back. Well done.
Get in there.
2-1 against QPR.
As predicted by yours truly. And I said, we're just going to make it. I didn't think it'd be just like that, but it was in the end. Just.
I tell you what, it's a shame you're Sherman's skint, isn't it? Otherwise, in January, you'd be, going to have a real force.
He's shopping like there's no tomorrow. Well, who knows? Something might come up. There could be some sort of hidden bounty somewhere along the line where, we might bring one or two useful assets into the club. We shall see.
All right, welcome back to the Wednesday View. Then we are going to talk all things Danny Rule. We're going to talk about Bailey Kadamatri as well. We're going to talk about protests, and we're going to preview the Christmas fixtures, starting with this weekend against Cardiff. Andrew, I don't think I need to ask you this, but how are you after the weekend's result?
Well, I'm as happy as expected to be, as I thought it would happen. I predicted 2-1 to Wednesday just to make it, and we did just make it, even though we left it right at the end to do so. We're chasing our tails after a freak own goal, put them ahead. Very frustrating. The guy tried to, I don't know what he was doing really. It was proving he could perhaps play centre forward, the way he headed it into the back of the net. People can't blame Cameron Dawson for that. He had no chance for that. But we were chasing our tail, but we came back. And as Danny Roll says, he's got them believing themselves, fight to the end. And it's a real turnaround. In the past, earlier in the season, we were losing matches to late goals. Now we're winning matches with late goals. So it's complete reversal.
Yeah, I mean, a lot's that down to great team spirit, but how good is Bailey Kadamatri? We've highlighted him previously in previous videos here, but his third goal in 5 appearances. I mean, he's a guy in form, isn't he?
Yeah, he certainly is. He took his chance well. It was a nice cross in there from Gassama. We were panicking. We were ticking past the 85th minute, and I thought, no, what's going to happen? Who's going to do it for us? We were certainly missing, I thought, Windass and Smith again. Both of them were out injured too, so that worried me a bit when I first looked at the team sheet, even though Bailey has scored a couple lately. But no, he came good. He stuck his foot out and directed it nicely past their keeper, who couldn't save that one. And then we then went for it. Others might have settled for the draw, but no, we were onwards. Our fans were as chaotic as always, right behind us, and we got our just desserts at the end.
First off, you didn't play that well. Were you concerned at half time that this was going to be another one of those days?
Yeah, it was cagey. We knew it would be because QPR said to you have been improving a lot recently, and they're obviously on a bit of a upward curve as well, even though they're perhaps a bit frustrated. They only drew with Plymouth against 10 men once they had the guy sent off there, so perhaps they didn't take advantage of that situation. So I thought perhaps they'd be hurting from that, so they would definitely be up to make sure they give us a hard time there. So, yeah, it was cagey, and the first half was pretty disappointing, to say the least, and especially trading 1-0 and then wondering where's the goal was going to come from. But we attacked enough in the second half. We made, Barry Bannon went close to begin with, and then, the goals came in when they were necessary, right at the death. Get in there. There was no way back for them. When that second goal went in, no way back. Good night, and enjoy your journey back down the M1.
Before we talk about the protests, I don't know if you saw the East Anglian derby just before your game, but Luongo, of course, made that goal for Ipswich. Do you miss him at all?
Well, obviously, have to have life with after him. We've got a few players who seem to have gone elsewhere and have done so well over the years. In recent years now, some likes of Antonio, who did so much with West Ham, and of course you've got Jordan Rose is scoring goals left, right, and centre now. Albeit a league below us again compared to what perhaps we were hoping he would score for us when he played for us. I think he got a hat trick once in a match, but that was about it. So, these players move on, but we've got replacements in now, and Danny's got them playing for us. The likes of Masaba and Gassam are playing very well, and I think he's going to get the best out of those. And say Bailey Kadamatri come in and is delivering, and long may that continue. So we've got replacements that are delivering. I'm just going to get a couple of those players back who are injured as well, and then all systems go.
Okay. There's further protests at the home game this weekend, and mostly now obviously outside the stadium. Do you get a sense that these are dying a little bit now in sort of volume? Do you as a fan believe in their merit? Is it something that fans should still be pushing forward, or is it now's the time just to press pause on all this and just get behind the team fully?
Well, yeah, it can go one of two ways, really. The last thing you want to do is upset the apple cart even more, and then it'll knock on effect onto the players who at the moment are turning things around. So we need to sort of keep them up and at it. So I'd suggest that we don't protest really, and sort of let that sort of flow, as it were, and especially while we're doing so well and keeping the run going, and basically not put a spanner in the works. So I hope that it does temper itself down just to go hand in hand with the improved performances and the points. And the fact that we've got 10 points for the last 5 games, this has got to be our aim. We've got to be aiming for 2 points a game. That's the plan for me. And with that means we could actually potentially reach 64 points at the end of the season. And that is not undoable, trust me. The way we're playing, and the fact that, remember, we played Leicester off the park the other day. The only mysterious result in recent times has been the defeat at home to Millwall. We lost 4-0, but in that game, they scored. We both had as many shots at each other, but they had 4 in the back of the net. We had none. The irony is, if we'd have beaten them, we'd now be level with them in the same position, very close to being outside the relegation zone. So that's how crucial that result was. And since then, we've only been beaten once, and that was by Norwich. And again, it was a close game which could have gone either way, but their finishing was better. Hence, we lost it 3-1.
Let's have a look at your Christmas fixtures then. So Cardiff City this weekend, which should be a winnable game. They are really, really out of form. And then 2 away trips to Coventry and Preston, and then home to Hull on New Year's Day, which we'll be able to watch live on Sky. How many points are you getting from these 4 then, Andrew?
Well, we're looking at revenge factors here. Cardiff away in August was a nightmare. No way was that a penalty. They got a penalty, a bonus for them in the 98th minute, when said Vaux handled the ball intentionally, which he never did. And of course, they scored and they did us 2-1. That was in the days of panic at Cisco being the manager, of course. But it was our 4th defeat of the season. It was 4 matches, 4 defeats, and a sign of things to come with him, sadly. But so we want revenge big time. And I'm looking at a win here Saturday, especially as they now, as you say, they've lost the last couple of games. In fact, they've only scored 1 goal in the last 5 matches. So there's every good reason to think we can shut them out Saturday, and they won't get a sniff. And I'm hopeful for a comfortable win. Ideally, I'd love to match the win I was there for as a teenager. The 16th of March, 1974, we thrashed them 5-0. But I'll take 2 or 3-0 for the time being. The away games, obviously, I did say at the start of the month, remember I said to you all 6 games, 6 out of the 7 games were winnable, and Norwich was going to be the toughest one, which we did lose. Coventry and Preston away, those 2 are blowing a bit hot and cold at the moment, and we got a chance to get results there. What I'll be settling for is to say over the next 4 matches, and we've got Hull at home. We need revenge on them. I haven't forgiven them for keeping us out of the Premier League in 2016. I was at Wembley for that when they won 1-0. So I've got long memories. We remember that 7 years ago. And they went up, and of course, went straight back down again. Whereas I think we'd have gone up, we'd have stayed up, but that's another story. Anyway, so I'm looking ideally at 8 points minimum, so the 2 points per game target from the 4 matches. So if we can win both home games and draw both away games, great. Of course, points-wise, we're better off getting a win and a loss away from home. You get 1 point better off for that. Though I'm not always a firm believer in that, because I think an unbeaten run is always good too. Keeps the players confident, and the fact that they're sort of not being beaten, which is what we need to be aiming for as well. But I'll take 8 points. Anything over and above that is a bonus.
If you get 8 points, I'll get a bear myself and
believe, Mark, believe.
Well, listen, Danny Rowe's doing great, isn't he? We're joking about Man United, although I did see a United fan put on Twitter, how about this guy at Sheffield Wednesday doesn't seem to be doing that badly. Listen, Andrew, well done. Enjoy the games to come. Have a great Christmas, and we'll catch you in a couple of weeks. All right, nice.
Have a great Christmas too, and I hope the Toffees do well for you as well. They're getting away from the grunters down there. We want them down. They're laughing at me. They're laughing at me, saying they won't see us next season. I said, you will. We'll see you next season. Don't you worry about that.
Right. See you, Andrew. Thanks so much.
Cheers. All the best.